Hey, what's poppin', y'all? What's good? Show my UNO shirt. That's my college. Rep Omaha to the death. But a lot of people, if you might not be in Omaha or Nebraska or nothing, but a lot of people that think Nebraska think Lincoln. I'm not a Husker fan, but hey, to each his own. But happy Kwanzaa. Today, I believe, is Nia, if I'm right. It's either Nia for purpose or Kuumba for creativity. Cause I know, let me check. Because Imani is the last day, which is the first. Kuumba is, tomorrow. Yeah, today is Nia, purpose. So, I feel like I got a lot of different purposes personally. And I'll get into that. But first off, shout out LeBron James. Happy birthday. He is the greatest basketball player alive, period. I don't care what nobody has to say about that. You can argue with me about Michael this and this, that, and the third. I don't give a fuck. Nobody has held the standard of LeBron James for the past 21 years. Okay, and we won the last game. I'm a huge Laker fan. I've been a Laker fan way before LeBron even became a Laker. But I wanted to make sure to shout him out. One thing, though, about purposes and whatnot, I just wanted to say one thing that I've been doing lately for sure. I've been up on my fruit fast. I'm still doing that. That's what it is from here now on. This is what I do as a fruitarian. But I did want to share with you, and I will put the link in the description from Amazon where you can get it, where you can get the Rich Dad, Poor Dad book. But I've been reading this. I started last Kwanzaa reading this. I was trying to get my family on it, but they gone. But basically, I've been studying everything that he talks about in this book. I just recently found out that he has a YouTube channel. Kind of blew my mind. But I'm going to share these images with you just to give you a little taste. But basically, the summary himself, when he describes the book, he tells you that it's a book about accounting. It makes it very simple because he's showing you how he learned it as a 9-year-old kid. So this can definitely be taught to children. So I'm going to show you like one picture, It shows how the cash flow pattern of an asset. You got the assets down here. You got the liabilities here, the expenses and the income. When you acquire assets, that gives you a steady cash flow income, and you can keep looping it around like this because you can get an infinite return. Now, that particular word is something that I've been hearing constantly in the YouTube videos between him and his team. Be careful, though. It's a lot of rich dad scams out here. Not even going to lie to you. I clicked on something. I thought it was the right website. Went there. It was a complete scam. So watch out. One thing about him, though, he will tell you the formula about how to get rich, but he never says it's easy. He never says it's going to be overnight. He tells you it's going to take some time. It's going to take you getting the proper education. He's going to tell you the right way to do it. He's not going to give you no bullshit. So if you're wondering if it's him, go to the Rich Dad channel on YouTube, and he's definitely going to give you the juice, okay? Now, when you have liabilities, he talks about different things of what liabilities are. When you got liabilities, that goes straight out to expenses. And we just got to watch for that, because a lot of people, one thing he talks about in the book that he always gets smoked for is how your house is a lot of people argue that your house that you live in is an asset. He tells you it's a liability. And it's a liability because it's not generating any income. It's not generating any income, so that's a liability, not an asset, unless you make it a rental property. Then you can generate income from it. And through that, through his YouTube channels, he tells you becoming an investor in real estate is a way not to pay taxes. He teaches you that through debt is how you get rich. And the prime example that he constantly uses is Donald Trump, even though people don't like him. Donald Trump is one of the richest motherfuckers to walk the face of this earth. But he has more debt than anybody. Debt is the way to get rich. There's a reason he doesn't pay taxes, because he uses debt to get rich. And once you understand that concept, like, of course, when I was young, I used my credit to get a brand new truck and RV and shit. Don't get me wrong. I was living a life, but I wasn't doing it correctly. And I'm very spiritual, so bear with me. But this is how I talk. Don't even bear with me. This is just what it is. I wasn't doing right. I wasn't aligned, so the universe took that from me. But they also cleared it off my credit within like a year or two. A lot of that shit ain't on my credit no more. I only got a very minimal things on my credit. I do need to raise it. But for the most part, hey, ain't nothing wrong with it. But that's just basic diagrams I'm also going to show you. He also talks about, and this is no shade to nobody, this is what we've been taught. Like, he keeps, when I say this, and if you go to his channel, he'll say this over and over again. And in the book, he says it over and over again. We were taught, go to school, get a job, pay taxes, invest in stocks and shit like that. You know what I mean? But especially for my mom's generation, and especially my generation, retirement is out. That ain't no plan. Nobody gets to retire. You retire, you still going to end up working, because Social Security is done. And if you don't think so, keep working. But I'm going to show you this diagram first. It shows you how you get your income, and it goes right to all the listed expenses. Then that's the diagram of a poor person, where I come from. Middle class, this is where I grew up, and this is what I used to do before I couldn't work. Now, middle class, this is where my mom is. She gets her income, it goes to all the liabilities and expenses, and it's out the door. That's for middle class. Now this page is the motherfucking cheat code, okay? He shows you. Boom. This is the cash flow, or the diagram of a rich person. You got your assets. They're listed here. Now, those assets do come with liabilities, but they're ultimately an asset because they generate revenue. And it all goes back to the income. These are expenses, and they do leave, but You should be getting more income from your assets than you have to pay out, essentially. So, I definitely recommend this book. I am going to put the link in my diagram below the video. Check this out. And if you don't get anything from this man, if you don't end up buying this book, go to his YouTube channel and just listen to him talk. Listen to his team talk. And the more videos you watch on Rich Dad, you'll know who's his team so that you don't get scammed. Essentially, he never, as far as I've experienced, his name is Robert Kiyosaki. One thing about him, this is how you know it's a scam, he never asks you for money. He's too rich. Why would he need to ask you for money? The false website I ended up going to, they were asking for money. And I knew immediately that wasn't Robert. That ain't how he operates. He too rich. Why? So he does a hell of a lot of podcasts. He has his radio show. He breaks shit down. He also always is interviewing somebody. His wife is on the show as well. She been down with the team, they really good people. They really are educating people how to get ahead. They not lying to you, though. It's going to take a hell of a lot of work, and it's going to take some education. But either you're going to be an employee your whole life and work and barely make it, or you're going to put that extra work in and go that extra mile so that you can be financially free. So I fuck with Robert. Also, that's a purpose that I'm trying to spread. My family, they block me out, whatever, this, that, and the third, and I wish them the best. But it's hard for me to be around negativity. Every time I go around them, they either talking about somebody died from illness, they're suffering from an illness or pain or problem, or they sick of their job. Well, when I try to give you a different alternative to look at, to open your mind to something different, you don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Last Kwanzaa is when I purchased this book. I purchased it at Walmart because my mom had gave me a gift card. I had absolutely no money, y'all. I had just a $25 gift card. That's it. It might have been like $50. I can't remember, but basically that was it. So I was like, you know what? I need to maximize my situation. Went to Walmart, seen this book, started looking at it a little bit. I'm like, all right, I'm going to fuck with this shit. Fucked with it. Changed my whole perspective about everything. I ain't gonna lie though, I read through. I ain't even finished it, to be real with you. I'm like almost halfway through. And I am gonna keep working on it, but I got on the YouTube channel, so I've been trying to learn more about real estate investing. But I've been trying to maximize my situation because what else am I gonna do? Sit here and be broke? I can't do that. So I am still ultimately sitting here broke, but I'm trying to do the best with what I have. So I ended up getting the book. I ended up reading it a little bit. And last year, me and my cousin, we was talking about starting a business. We like, yo, it could be me, you, my little sister, and possibly my brother. But, he having other shit, So we just want people that's serious about doing it. Unfortunately, none of those people are serious about doing it. So I'm the only one. I'm the only motivating factor. And hopefully if I can get this started within the next year, 2 or 3, I have something going that will inspire them to do something. You know what I mean? For me going no money, to getting some cash flow. Okay? That's the goal. So, but I got a long way to go. I need to study and learn taxes. I need to study the markets. I need to study what they do. I need to study the trend of shit. I need to study different areas, essentially. Of course, I'm going to start here where I'm from. And then hopefully when I get some cash flow here, I have properties here, I can branch out and do other things. Definitely the next market I'm going to do is Lincoln. That's an hour away. Boom. Get some properties in Lincoln. Get that going. From there, I was going to say Des Moines, not Des Moines, but Council Bluffs or even Carter Lake. You know, that's not far at all. Omaha's literally, if you don't know, on the border of Nebraska. So literally, it's not far to get to Iowa. As far as Council Bluffs or Carter Lake. I used to stay down there by Carter Lake. I want to eventually move from residential to commercial though. And then once I can master both of them, I'm definitely going for that industrial. And I feel like that's going to be the key for me to get going. And anybody could do it. You just need the dedication. I mean, I didn't see the blueprint. I ain't acted it out. But I know it's possible. Because everything this man say is a fact. I've researched it. It makes sense. I mean, come on. I got a lot more education to go. And I plan on getting his second book, I forgot what it's called, but the Quadrant, where basically he breaks down employee pays 40% tax, the specialist or the self-employed pay 60% tax. The big businesses pay 20% tax, and the investors, which I'm trying to be, pay 0% tax. And they pay 0% tax because the way they get their cash flow is through debt. You don't have to pay tax on debt. But I still need to study taxes because you still need to fill out forms and shit and do it properly so that the IRS know you don't need to pay tax. Once you get to that level, though, you do realize, as Trump said, he'll submit a tax return when he's done getting audited. He's never going to be done getting audited because he's so fucking rich. And he does it through debt. So he doesn't have a tax return. People don't understand that shit. People don't get it. He has written books with Donald Trump. You might hate the motherfucker Donald Trump, but check this. I don't give a fuck who hate who. We need to quit. He's a smart motherfucker, whether he say dumb shit or not. Poor people need to quit questioning. Well, saying it's unfair that the rich don't pay taxes. Instead of complaining about that, we need to figure out what the fuck they're doing so they're not paying taxes. Even though they're doing it on a macro scale, if we do it on a small scale, we can start to figure this shit out. And that's exactly what I'm going to start to do. Credit. This is why they don't explain credit, because that's what makes you rich. Motherfuckers think credit is to buy a house to live in and shit. Nah, nigga, nah. It ain't about none of that shit. You can do that, but that's dumb as fuck. I'm just saying. My goal, when I start this shit for real, I'm not done. I'm not done with my RV journey. I used to travel all over the country. I ain't been to the East Coast, but I done been through I kind of did, but Florida is considered the South. Okay, so I don't consider that the East Coast, but the East South anyway. But I done been through the South, and I loved it. I stayed in Little Rock for 6 months. I visited, well, at the time when I left Omaha for a year or about a year, and just shy of a year. Well, not really, but anyway, I left Omaha in 2020. I just got out of a really bad and messy breakup. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm about to go all in with my music, which is also another purpose of mine. And I thought I needed to give it up. I was kind of depressed a little bit for like a day. But then I started, I don't know, I got some motivation again. And hey, I feel like I can do it. Especially if I got all gears firing. Something got to work. But anyway, I left in October of 2020, and went down to Little Rock. I had my RV at that time. I had a truck. I didn't have my very expensive truck. I had ended up getting another truck at that time, but I ended up going down to Little Rock for 6 months, where my dad's side of the family is. And I never knew any of these motherfuckers, so I thought I'd go down there and get to know them, kind of figure out, the family lineage and try to figure out, health diseases to really look for. Because my dad ended up passing. I didn't fuck with him, but he ended up passing in August of 2019. And so I went down there for the funeral, and I didn't go for him. I went to figure out what was his health conditions. I know he was a very big guy. He had to weigh like close to 500-600 pounds. Like, he was a really big dude. My bad. It's kind of late and my voice is kind of fucking up. But he's a very big guy. So I just wanted to kind of know. But even going down there, I didn't get any information because my family is thrilled than a motherfucker. But my guess is that he passed from a heart attack. I have no idea if he had diabetes at all. I think my grandfather on that side of the family, I think he has type 1 diabetes. I don't know if it's type 1 or type 2, but he definitely has diabetes. He's not a big guy. But yeah, so I went down there. I wasn't able to find anything out on that. I did bond with some of the family, more of the family that was my age. Kinda. We don't talk now. We don't have a very strong bond, but I ain't gonna lie, I miss the South. I don't necessarily miss them, but I do miss the South. I wish we were closer, but they different people. I'm different people. We come from different worlds. But after I left there in March, I came back to the O&E, Omaha, Nebraska, and stayed here for a little bit because my nephew was born. I love my baby, man. That's my baby. But, yeah, he was born. His birthday is coming up in March. Next March. He'll be 3. So, but after I came here for him being born, I wanted to be here to support my sister for that. I went to California. I had a show. I had a show in Cali. With Coast to Coast, and I was supposed to do a show, but because it was during COVID, they kept pushing it back, and once they pushed it back the second time, I'm like, man, it's expensive in Cali. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna just have to head back. And plus I was having problems with my temp agency. And that's another thing. I fuck with the temp agencies because I'm always on the move. So when I get somewhere, I need to make sure I can make some money. So that's why I was doing that. But this is why me starting this venture of a real estate investor is really going to be key, because it'll help me live the life that I want to live. I want to get back on the road and pursue my music, and I'll be able to do that after getting this business off the ground. I want to do that one as soon as possible. I am going to try, though, I'm not going to lie. I am going to work on getting my credit up because I feel like that will definitely help. But I definitely want to try to go out there anyway. Go out there anyway. I just need to come up with a solid ass business plan, talk to private investors. I'm going to do my best to raise some capital. I'm going to try to start as soon as January of next year. I'm not even sure who I'm going to ask and talk to necessarily, but I'm definitely going to get started. Like real talk, I'm going to get me a piece of property. I've been trying to reach out and talk to different people. I don't have a lot of people I can talk to, though, about owning a piece of real estate. I have my uncle I can talk to, but he's very standoffish, and we don't necessarily have the best relationship right now because how he's treating my cousin, and I'm not going to go into all of that, but he's really the only person I know that owns real estate and that owns a business currently. So, well, I know a few others that own businesses, but the main one I'm focused on is being a real estate investor. So I'm going to try to reach out to him. If it work out, it work out. If it don't, it don't. Hopefully I come up on somebody else, and I just want to get the process started. I thought going the realty route, being a realtor, would be a good place to start. But now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think so, because I don't want to be a realtor. I don't want to do that at all. I feel like I can do all the things that a realtor does for myself. I did take a real estate course. I don't know everything there is to know, but I know I can find a good property. If I can figure out how to raise capital and finance it, shit. That's one of the biggest battles. The other battle that I'm going to have to figure out is property management. Essentially, make sure when I find the property that I have somebody that I can trust go in and actually look at it. Is the plumbing good? Is the structure good? Is the paint good? What else do we need to work on? If it's an older property, what do we need to update? Does it have washer and dryer? Do I need to put that in? Like, different shit I can do to raise the value so that when I go and refinance it, the value will go up. You know what I mean? And like, just anything I can do to update it. So that's the goal anyway. Unfortunately, right now I don't have a team, but after I dibble and dabble a little bit, I might find, different individuals that I might want to work with. So I'm gonna definitely do that and search and do what I need to do in that regard. But I also, purpose so far that I've discussed is becoming financially free. I want to give that information to my people, my melanated, carbonated beings, because we are the poorest people right now on the planet. And we don't understand why. That's the goal. It's to go to poor to rich. And understanding how money works. Getting that word out, that message out, walking an example. That's my purpose. Spreading the word for health. Health is literally the wealth. But those pieces together truly is how we can prosper. So wealth, health, music, got to get your intellect right. That's all about health. It's your mental health. My other purpose is education. I want to teach kids the right way about a lot of different things. I worked for Omaha Public Schools for 6 years, and I worked for an after-school program called the Dream Foundation for 7 years. I just don't agree with OPS's curriculum. I really don't. Don't get me wrong. People always tell me, well, why don't you just go work for Mandela? I don't agree with that either, number one. And number two, I don't want a job. Do you understand where I'm going with this? So, in order to become financially free, a job is not going to make you financially free. Like I told you before from his second book, Robert's second book, the quadrant, employees pay 40% tax. That's just what it is. That's the way the law is set up. Instead of complaining about it, let's move from there, become a business owner. In my case, I'm going to try to become a real estate investor. And I'm going to do it. I don't give a fuck if I fail 20 times. That 21st time, I'm going to make it. I'm not speaking into existence that it's going to take 21 times. I'm speaking into existence that it works with the first property. Even if I fuck up, I'm able to recover and keep going. That's the goal. So right now, those 4 things are my purposes. 5, this traveling, and spreading all of those purposes all over the country. At least starting with this country. Of course, I want to eventually travel out of the country someday, but for right now, this is where I need to be. And luckily, when you finally get on your journey, on his YouTube channel, him and his partners discuss that being a real estate investor doesn't just apply in America. Those rules apply across the world. It's an international thing. Like, I can have properties in fucking Japan. I'm not going to ever get to that. I'm not going to say ever, but I'm not going to get to that level just yet, because obviously I would want to be able to travel to Japan to make sure my shit is being taken care of properly. But hell yeah, why not do that? Or have a property over there as an Airbnb. It'd be lit. Motherfuckers go. When I travel there, I can stay there when I'm doing the show. Hopefully I get to that level. But check out my other YouTube channel, Hey Rule on Death Row. If you don't know how to spell it, I'm going to definitely put it in the link below. But that's where all my music is, my other channel. I just dropped on the first day of Kwanzaa, December 26th, 4 days ago, my album Beat Sweep. Beat Sweep. I'm sorry, I can't talk. But I dropped that. It's an 11-track album. It's probably the smallest album I've ever dropped in my life. Every other album has been at least 14 songs. So 11 is crazy, but I just felt like the time was right and it was good. And it was the time for this album to come out. So I did that. One song just got added to the album. It's called Taylor Gang, Check the Spelling. That particular song wasn't intended to be on the album, but I thought it was good, so I put it on there. And again, check me out on all streaming platforms. I will be continuing to go as hard as I can to make sure I'm spreading the message of positivity. I'm spreading the message of collaborate, hit me up. But like Kev Ramon says, becoming a fruitarian, becoming plant-based it's a hell of a life change. Not only with your health and your diet, switching it from a diet to a living, but your social life. Like I said, I literally have nobody that I talk to. I talk to my mom on a daily basis because I make it a point to. But honestly, every time I talk to her, I feel terrible because mainly just because a lot of the shit, she just makes me feel bad. Not saying that she's definitely not a bad person. I love my mom to life, but it's just the disconnect is there. The connection is not where it needs to be. But I cut off everybody but her, because hey, she doesn't see that the reason why she feels bad and she has all these different health problems is because of the way she's eating. And I don't know. I have influenced her and my sister a little bit more to incorporate more juice, more fruit into their diet. But overall, they're completely clueless. Like I've been trying to tell my sister, she's pregnant right now, with my niece. And I'm extremely excited about that. But she went to the doctor and got her blood work. She's deficient in vitamin D and iron. I'm telling her like, okay, you can listen to the doctor. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You got to do something. If he's giving you something to take to help you with your deficiencies, then take it. She's telling me she wants to find it through food. Okay, that's fine. The only food I'm going to recommend for you, though, is fruit. So I send her a list of fruit and this, that, and the third, but she's not doing that. And she's not taking the vitamin or the shit that the doctor gave her. So you got to do something. It's hard to be over there anyway because it's just crazy. I went over there on Christmas Eve. I go over to my mom's house on Christmas Eve for my grandparents' anniversary. And it's just hard for me to be over there, number one, because you want me to come over there for the meal that I'm not going to eat. Because that's not what I eat. I pull out some fruit, everybody looks at me weird. But I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I can stop doing it because, number one, I love them. And number two, like I notice the more I'm coming around and the more I have fruit, my nephew, he wants to eat fruit. Not every time, he's a toddler. He's 2 right now. He's whatever. But even on Christmas Eve, I came over there and I had some watermelon. Yeah, it was a seedless watermelon, GMO, whatever. Even though seedless ain't GMO, but it's, from the store, I don't know. Shit, it's not natural, of course. I'm in Nebraska. It's winter. But that's where I'm going with it. But, he came up to me like he was in the midst of, doing whatever he was doing. We was having a karaoke night and he had the mic and he was singing and whatever. He was having a great time. I came to sit down with my watermelon. He came up straight to me. He didn't even care about the mic no more. He wanted some watermelon. And I'm like, all right, I'm definitely going to hook you up. So I let him have some. Time before that, he was fighting mad because he wanted some bullshit ass food. And I was like, you know what? I got some oranges. Let's eat some oranges. He wouldn't take it. I put a little juice on his pacifier. He wouldn't take it still. Then finally he tasted it. He said, Then he wanted to eat it. I gave him a whole orange. He smashed it. You got to start introducing them young. They want some fruit. That's for any child. They know fruit is what, they don't know all there is to know because most of them have been exposed to a horrible diet. But they know some good fruit when they see it. Straight up. You just got to start incorporating it. Don't give them fruit snacks. Give them fruit. You gonna give them juice? Give them fruit juice. I just found out Capri Sun is completely natural. The only thing that's bad in it is citric acid for the preservative, which is bad. But it's a hell of a lot better than all the other shit that they could be putting in there, like the processed sugar and shit, you know what I mean? So, and that's what's up, because he drinks a hell of a lot of that shit. I never knew they was natural, if it was a new thing or whatever. We've been drinking that shit since we was kids. So I'm glad we had that in our diet if they always been natural. I don't know. But shout out Capri Sun. Shit, that's what's up. I don't know. I'm just doing my best to make tiny changes and I'm making massive changes, but I'm just trying to plant little nuggets and seeds into my family's mind because I'm tired of us being stuck. I'm tired of us being poor. Shit. I'm tired of us not reaching our potential. We can't even get where we're trying to get spiritually because we're clogged. We're closed-minded. We're sedated by the food, by the drugs and the food and shit. It's a lot. It takes a lot. So that's all I've been trying to do. But today I just wanted to talk about purpose, Oh, real quick, I'll give you my spiel about the color purple. I'm not gonna lie. This one I enjoyed way better than the first one. The first one, as a kid, when I watched it, I couldn't watch it. It was so many details that I forgot because it really pissed me off to watch it. I always hated Celie's part, and I still do. It doesn't make any sense to me that she waited 40 years to do something. That's wild to me. It's all good, though, but that's wild. These actresses and actors did amazing. Taraji, you killed that shit. Fantasia, you killed that shit. The girl from The Orange is the New Black that played Sophia killed that shit. The one that played Harpo killed that shit. Everybody did a really good job. Chloe killed that shit. Sierra killed that shit. Even though she was in it very briefly at the end, but it was hella good. It was hella nice. So, Overall, very good movie. At least, what it could be is the content of it that I still am not fucking with. But overall, they did a really good job. Whoopi Goldberg made an appearance at the beginning very briefly. Nothing against the old one. It wasn't for me. Maybe I needed to be older to perceive it better, but I don't know. One thing I didn't like, though, I'm not big on musicals. They killed it. No shade. But I'm not big on musicals. That's just not my thing. So, yeah. My bad, y'all. Got caught up watching Touched by an Angel. Even though I'm not a Christian. I don't fuck with the Bible. I don't fuck with Jesus. None of that shit. But I really like this show. It's a hell of a good show. It reminds me so much of my grandma. May she rest in peace. Beautiful woman, beautiful spirit. She passed when I was 10, but she would always watch this show. And it always has been a calming thing for me. It calms me down. So I try to I be watching it a lot, even though the episodes be kind of deep. Like this one is kind of fucked up, but anyway, hell of a good show. It's one of my favorite shows ever. So that Sanford and Son, Cheers, Boy Meets World. I watch very old but classic shows. So hey, it kind of is what it is. But I'm going to wrap it up. But today I just wanted to talk about purpose. Again, shout out LeBron James, the greatest of all time. And the greatest there more than likely will ever be. I hate to put that title on people, though. But people like him and Lil Wayne, you have to. Otherwise, it's disrespectful. Like, let's be clear. Shout out Wayne too, that's my baby. But real talk, make sure you get up on the herbs. Put them links in the last video. I am going to put the links for this book from Amazon. I'm going to put this in the description. Make sure if you want to learn how to get out of this rat race, how to get out of this stigma that we've been lied to about money, and you trying to achieve some financial freedom, subscribe to the Rich Dad channel. I don't know this man. He not paying me nothing. Like I said, I ain't got no income. So if I'm putting you on, this is genuine from the heart, like straight up. Hey, yeah, that's all I'm saying is, hey, you got something to teach me? I'm willing to listen. I got an open mind and an open heart. Straight up. I'm not trying to disrespect nobody and nobody disrespect me, like straight up. But that's my video for today. Remember, if you are interested in these videos that I'm talking on, or whatever the case may be, give my music a try. I mean, I spit wisdom. You know what I mean? It's not all conscious, but it's not all bullshit either. You know what I mean? I feel like I have a pretty good mix of what I make. And that's what I'm saying. This album, Beat Sweep, is on the level that I feel like I can definitely reach some people. I can definitely reach their minds. I can definitely reach their spirit, their soul. And so that's why I feel like this was the time to really get out here and put it out straight up. But I love all y'all. Wish y'all wealth. I wish y'all health. I wish y'all inspiration. I hope I'm able to inspire you to do something. Get out there. I've inspired some people. You can find me on Facebook under Tay Smith. Next to my name in parentheses, it will say Heru on Death Row, because that is mainly, well, it's really, I put out the same content from here over there, but that's mainly where I put all of it out. I don't have very many followers as of now. I'm up to like 54 followers. I used to have way more. I used to have like 500, but I decided to unfriend everybody so that I can get an accurate, and anybody that knows anything, they won't show you certain shit if all your followers are your friends. So I decided to unfriend everybody so I can get an accurate picture of, the progress I'm making or lack thereof or whatever. I'm just continuing to learn. That's all. But I wish everybody love. I hope I inspire somebody in this video to hopefully pursue financial freedom, pursue getting healthier, to pursue engaging in spiritual practices, pursuing their purpose. That's what this video is mainly about, your purpose. So, happy Kwanzaa again. Happy birthday, LeBron James. I'm not sure if we play a game tonight or not. Currently it's 2:42 a.m., so I'm not sure if we play a game. Well, we as in the Los Angeles Lakers, the greatest franchise of all time. I'm not sure if the Lakers have a game tonight. Shout out AD though. He's been being a hell of a lot more consistent. So I'm proud of him. He ain't been injured, knock on wood. So, but I gotta give him props, shout out. But yeah, yeah. Peace to everybody. I do, like I said, I wish you wealth, health, and freedom. Real talk. Love. Peace.